What's up, you guys? My name is Kevin Martinez, and I'm excited to share my story of redemption with you. So my story starts back in 1985. I was born in Orange County, California. I was born to a single mom. I was the youngest of 3 children. And her husband, my biological father, my earthly father, left my mom when she was 6 months pregnant with me. And so after a long battle in courts and all of that and DNA testing, it was proven that I was his child. But he didn't want to accept that and believe that. And then till he was on his deathbed when he passed away a couple of years ago, he continued to deny me and reject me as his child. When I decided I was going to join the Marine Corps, I had to take the toughest job that I could get right out of the gate, and so I joined the Marine Corps Infantry, right? And I was joining the Marine Corps looking for this structure and looking for this discipline, looking for this identity and all of that, right? And I found all of that stuff in the Marine Corps. It took me a little longer to access it than a lot of people do. When I got out of the Marine Corps, I already had this trend of drinking. I had this drinking problem. I isolated and felt real lonely, thinking that I was strong and that I could take it all on my own. And I ended up falling down into the bottom of the bottle, and I stayed down there for a long time. And that behavior led me to ultimately getting 6 DUIs. And this time when I went to jail, I was looking at some big trouble. I was looking at going to prison for 3 to 5 years because of my priors. Again, thank God and by the grace of God, I never hurt anybody or was in any serious accidents or anything like that. But I was looking at serious time for this DUI because there was 5 previous ones, and 6th one, this last time, it was different. There was no bartering with God. I was broken. I was so human at that moment. I wasn't a Marine. I wasn't this tough guy. I was lost, and I needed direction, and I didn't know where to go. And so after I'd sobered up and they housed me, and I get to my bunk, I hit my knees and I started praying to God. I said, Lord, I don't know where to go from here anymore. I don't know what to do. I keep thinking that I'm this big, bad, tough guy, this big, bad, tough Marine, and that I can handle this fight here and what I'm battling on my own. And every time I do it, and I do it on my own, I end up getting them handcuffs put back on me, and I'm right back here in jail. And I marched my butt straight to my local church, completely lost and completely broken, looking for a new way of living, and I dove in head first. Things started to change for me, and then this is where the redemption of my story, of how God works in my life, really started to happen, because I wasn't drunk and people started to like me. I ended up getting baptized at Central Church in December of 2018, and I was actually still on probation from when I had gotten out of jail, and I had an ankle monitor on. I was becoming the success story, and it wasn't me, it was God. It was because I submitted my life to the Lord, and I became willing to follow the path that He lit before my feet, and this is where He brought me. There's this it's like the song that I'm talking about, the way the song opens up. It says the verdict was guilty, case closed, the end, no chance for me to ever leave this prison of my sin. All right, that's where I was. That's what I thought. I was locked up, threw away the key. I was locked up in this wall caged in these walls of sin. All right, and I came to give my life to Christ, and then Scripture tells me, but I am a chosen people. I am a royal priesthood, a holy nation. I am God's special possession, that I may declare the praises of Him who called me out of darkness into His wonderful light. And so what that tells me is that I'm no longer guilty. I'm no longer locked up in this prison. Today, I am walking free.